watch for that's coming. Oh, okay. Oh, smart. I didn't pay attention. Thank you. So at least when it's open, they know where, instead of going over there.
Et assoyer pour amour ça qui est incommensurable, pour amour ça que vous gagnez pour nous, que nous pas qu'à oser comparer à notre bataille. Nous vous remercions parce que nous présence, tandis que nous dans présence, as we are worshiping you, we welcome your presence, we welcome
pour nous ensemble. Et nous-mêmes qui sommes haïtiens, nous connaissons polyglotte. Nous parlons espagnol, nous parlons anglais, nous parlons français, nous parlons créole. Dans n'importe quelle langue que tu as exprimé, nous assoya. So you're good to go. So what we have here this afternoon, this evening, we can say it comes from God. Some years ago, I should say maybe more than 7 years ago, I spoke with Dr. Kalbach, a good friend who pastored then in South Carolina. I told him about my desire to impact the Haitian community in South Florida by planting a new church. Back then, since Pastor Kalbach was in South Carolina, he even started searching for a place for me to plant a new church. But since he was not in Florida, it was hard for him to bring those connections. However, 4 years ago, it was in 2013, we started a prayer meeting in a home in Plantation, Florida. And to get a little closer to the community, we find a place in Margate, and that's where we put a seed in the ground and we planted Doxa Christian Church. and leaving everything in God's hand as it relates to the future of Doxa. And after 4 years, the Lord has really blessed the work that started some 4 years ago. And we grew to a little over 60 to 80 members. And the problem still remained that we were not as effective as we had planned to be from day one. And we were praying about what God needed us to do for the new year 2018 coming. And I got a call from Dr. Colbach telling me about his desire through Grace Church to make an impact in the Haitian community. And he asked me about, what can you do, Brother Desir? How can you help me? Do you have anyone you know? And I told Brother Colbach, I know myself. So I recommended myself, actually, to my good friend, Pastor Colbach. And so what we are trying to do, the rest of it is Creole, Pastor Colbach. What we're trying to do, nous prenons plante que nous plantons marguerite, nous retirons plante là dans pot que le thé pour nous mettre dans l'autre pot. No, let me use a better example. Ou par contre, on plante ou un pot, depuis plante là trop gros pour pot, obligé de retirer le pot pour mettre dans terre, de façon pour le capable plus élargi. So that's what we're trying to do. Donc, nous essayons non seulement prendre première semence que nous avons gagné marguerite là, nous mettons le pavot ici et nous pensons qu'avec ça, et nous allons capable de faire plus de travail with the Haitian community, especially in the new pompano of Florida. Now, Jesus saved us to serve. He said, go into all the world and make disciples. What we are trying to achieve here is not about us. It's about God. We're doing it for the glory of God. Grace Church wants to impact the community in every way possible. They want to be known as a church of all nations. So all nations mean not just all nations on paper, but all nations in actions. So we are the Haitian ministry partnering with Grace, and I understand that in the months ahead they'll have a Brazilian ministry as well. I know that before long Pastor Colbach will have the Spanish ministry. So when all those nations meet here, it will not be the Tower of Babel. It will be the place of God, a church of all nations. So I guess for now we are the first to get here. We are the first group to start. And we are glad that we are the first one to start. Let's say glory to God. And I know that I have been, Pastor Colbach has been really working hard with Grace team, and I've been asking him to do so much. He hasn't even gotten enough sleep. We've been connecting for the past 2 weeks, trying to push that thing. So this evening we have what we call a drill service. We wanted to come here to check a few things, to have Pastor Colbach talk to us, tell us about the vision at Grace Church, and also to meet other Haitians at Grace who would like to come alongside of us and help us reach that community. Let me tell you very little about me before I turn the mic to Dr. Colbach. I came here to the US in 1985, and I went to Bible school. My first stop was Word of Life Bible Institute. 5 years after, I went back to Haiti as a missionary, and for 28 years, I've been involved in planting 4 churches in Haiti. If you go right now to Pétionville, you'll find three Baptist churches, one that can seat over 1,000 people, and 2 other churches that can seat 500. And I still pastor in Haiti. I'm fully involved in Haiti. Whenever you don't see me around, you can find me in Haiti. Now, I consider myself a missionary to Haiti, and the Haitians, wherever they are, I chase them for the good. Now, after Word of Life, I went to a few additional Bible school where I get 2 masters, a master in initiation and a master of divinity. And it's right now that I'm completing my doctorate of ministry. Dr. Kolbok is very much familiar with what I'm sharing with you because he's on the board of the school where I'm completing my doctorate of ministry, Lutheran College and Seminary. It's easier. It would have been easier for me to go ahead and pastor an established church, even in the US. I don't want that. I just want to plant churches. I like to plant churches. I like to see churches grow. I don't ask everyone to be like me. Some people are not very much, how do I put it? They just want to find something that's already prepared. Some people are like that. They just want something that's prepared. They just sit and eat, that's all. But there are other people who do not have a problem being in the kitchen, cooking it. And that's what church planting is all about. Planter l'église, c'est un travail difficile, oui? Parce que, tu sais, cuisiner, il y a des gens qui veulent monter sous table et puis manger. Mais pas tout le monde qui est prêt pour faire ça, pour aller dans la cuisine. So the work that we are trying to do here, c'est dans la cuisine dans nous qui a essayer impact dans la communauté. Si on veut un bagage qui tout fait, Doxa is not the place. Des gens qui tout fait. Il y a des gens qui est mal dans l'église tout fait. But if you sit somewhere, they do everything for you. You're not serving because they are doing everything for you. Serving means you need to get in the kitchen and start washing some dishes. Washing some dishes. So YouTube me, Google me. Come on, go. WhatsApp me. But not it's not about me. It's about God. That's what we're trying to accomplish. Get a few souls saved. As a matter of fact, we're going to set the example. On Sunday, December 17th, get 4 monde baptisé. Papa 4 baptisms on Sunday, December 17th. C'est pour nous seulement chanter, pour nous prier.
We're so glad you're here. I mean that. We are. Listen, let me just give you a little bit of background about myself. One, I've known Pastor Jean-Marc for probably 17 years, 18 years, something like that. We met up in West Palm Beach. He came in for a missions conference, and we had the opportunity to meet there. And we've kept in touch through these years, and I would bring him in when we had missions conferences in our church because the folks he connects so well with people. They just love him and love to hear the work that God's doing through him and the churches in Haiti. And in doing that, I didn't know that we'd ever have this opportunity. I really didn't. And I wasn't going to ask him. I shared with our church this morning. He had sent me an email at one time, and I knew what I wanted to ask you, and I couldn't even return your email because I thought if I do, I'm going to ask him to come and help us. And I thought, no, I can't do that. God's got him where God wants him. And he put those two pieces together. South Carolina, I had only been there about 3 months, and the pastor that I had been working with in West Palm Beach came to me and he said, will you please come back? And it made a really nice offer. And I said, let me pray about it. Yep, I'll be there. I missed South Florida then, and I went back to him about 3 months later as we were supposed to be moving, and I said, I love being here in South Florida. But his name was David. I said, David, I know I'm where God wants me to be, and if you'll release me, I know God wants to do a work with us here in South Carolina, figuring that we would never have the opportunity to come back to South Florida. And I am so absolutely excited to be at Grace Baptist Church. And the vision that I truly